story, if you manage to hear something that sounds like it's the bar, like 50 meters away from where I live, probably less. I don't know really how to measure things in meters, but they have a karaoke afternoon every Sunday, and you know, I can't hear the song they're singing, but I can hear them butchering it. I'm going to start the story off with telling you a little fact about myself. I have never had the chicken pox. And before you think that maybe I'm just one of those people that's had like a needle to make it that I'm not going to catch it, no, friend, no. Natural immunity up in this piece. Seriously, I have never been able to catch it, and for my record, it's not for lack of trying. I went to like all those pox parties when I was like 6 and 7, like my friend's mum would grab me and fucking scrape me up against her daughter just to see if I could fucking catch the thing. Only person in my year 1 and 2 class who never got chicken pox. I've never had it. But my dad's never had it, his dad never had it, and his grandfather missed out is not the right term, but didn't catch some viral stuff that was going around. So it looks like I just may have been lucky. So this is now a story about shingles. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Kate, how can you tell us a story about shingles if you've never had chickenpox? How about you sit down and listen, kiddies, and I'll tell you all about it. I like this one direction conversation I'm having with you and I'm already yelling at you. That was loud, okay. It all starts in my last year of high school. I was 17 years old and it was the autumn of 2008. My God, that was a while ago. At my school, and I don't know how many other schools in Australia did this, or if any schools do this internationally, but the girls at our school had a course of 3 needles. We were having a series of needles to prevent us from getting cervical cancer. And it's a series of 3 needles over 2 years. So between the ages of 16 and 17, you just have these sort of appointed sessions where you go and have a needle, and it basically reduces your chances of having it. And I mean, the guys obviously didn't have to have it because they don't got cervixes. They got prostates, so they gotta do something else. You gotta do what you gotta do, gentlemen, to stay healthy. So I was in getting my 2nd of 3 needles, and I was just having chitty chat time with the nurse, as I usually do. I usually just try to do that with people who are interacting with people, just trying to make their lives a little nicer and their day less shit. That's coming from someone who works in retail, and believe you me, it's nice when someone treats you like a person rather than just something that's taking your money. Anyway, so I'm just chatting along to her, and you know, I'm yawning, I'm sitting there yawning and stuff like that because my mum had shingles at this point from when she had chickenpox as a kid. Also, if you don't know what shingles are, this is the Wikipedia definition. I'd look it up now, but I'm really just too lazy. Shut up, train! So, mum had shingles at this point. She was up all hours of the night, you know, trying not to scratch and all this kind of thing, and she was really very uncomfortable. She was in a lot of pain. So obviously her being upset had disrupted me. Obviously I'm up all night, hours of the night, trying to make sure that she's got Panadol, she's taken care of, you know. I'm trying to take care of her. She's my mum and I love her. Can I have a puppy for Christmas? I know I'm not allowed one with the bond terms, but I'm pretty sure if we disguised it as a throw pillow, we'd be okay. So I'm yawning. Nurse notices that and she just said, oh, late night is it? You know, sort of just like, just chatting to me about stuff. And, you know, I just kind of mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, my mum has shingles. She's not really that well at the moment. And the nurse has the needle at this point and like visibly pulls away from me and just looks at me with like, oh no, kind of expression on her face. And I'm sitting there with my sleeve rolled up, looking at her going, is there something wrong? And she just kind of looks at me for a couple of seconds without saying anything and says, wait right here. And then just like almost runs, but not quite because she is carrying a needle. Well, she puts the needle down, but she almost runs away from me and I'm sitting there going, did I say something wrong? Turns out, kind of. About 5-10 minutes later, the head nurse, whatever, of this traveling medical circus comes over. Interesting phrase I just used. And she looks at me and I'm just look back and I said, is there something wrong? And she says, is it true that your mother has shingles right now? I said, yes. And she's like, and you live with your mother? And I said, yes. And she said, ah, well, in that case, we're not going to be able to give you this needle today. To be fair, I wasn't that disappointed. I hate needles. But still, I naturally go, oh, why not? And the nurse says to me words that I will remember until my dying day for their ridiculousness. We can't give you this needle because you live in a diseased environment. Okay, so maybe the nurse didn't want to give me the needle because there was somebody who was, you know, sick, had a viral condition kind of in my house, and they didn't want to give me a needle because, you know, sometimes after needles you're more susceptible to flus and colds and stuff like that. That's cool. Totally understand that from a medical perspective. But calling my house a diseased environment? Really? I'll admit it's messy from time to time and that is mostly my fault, but still, a diseased environment. Way to fucking just blow the problem way out of proportion. This is why you should vaccinate your kids, parents, because you get to hear one-liners like that. Oh my god, that was amazing. And also there's the whole herd immunity thing that's going on. Just fucking look it up. Vaccines are very good for you people. They hurt, but the goodness lasts. Yay. It's smoky as shit right now outside. Smoky as shit. And usually when it's really smoky like this, usually we have really amazing sunsets, so hopefully we get a really good one today.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Plain.
Anyway, I've got to go off and clean right now because I'm having someone come around to the apartment tomorrow and it's just like, oh my god. I had to empty out my fridge because all my food went off. It's because I can't fucking cook. My fucking fire alarm is insanely fucking sensitive. Piece of shit. Seriously, I barely made a piece of toast that was even slightly brown the other day and it fucking went off. I can't cook. I'm gonna have to take the batteries out of it every single time I cook and then have to try and remember to put them back again. And it's in the middle of the room. I'm gonna fall on my fucking face because I'm not very good at heights because I'm really short. I'm used to being really close to the ground. Where am I going with this? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Be good until then. Eat vegetables. Tell someone you love them. Give someone a compliment even if you don't know them. Fucking walk your dog, pat your cat, say hi to your fish. They'll forget about it in 5 minutes, but fucking do it anyway. I don't know, I'm gonna go off and do other things. Okay, later, and